T-minus 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Good evening. Or again, just after 8 o'clock because we were all having a few technical issues, but we've managed to resolve them. Technical issues.
I've got a top in his mouth. I can't
Terry's having technical issues with a sweet in his mouth. But anyway, let's have a quick look in the payday.
Payday.
That's the day I love. I love payday. So you never get more money. Right, okay, so let's have a look in the chat. Right, we've got Captain Kirk, we've got Dave Cullen, we have Patrick Morris. Patrick's got a very bad eye, so he can't watch the show. So
that's a shame.
That's all I say. Rest the eye.
It's all right, Patrick, we'll keep an eye out for you.
And George Kelly, all the way from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
That's it so far, yeah. We got Suzanne.
Yes, call him a cheese.
Hello, Suzanne.
Yeah, we got Mickey Moo who's eating his tea. He didn't tell me what he's got for tea. I'll tell him it'll come round later. But
yeah.
And we have Recovery Drone. Howdy, folks.
Oh, that's Dre. Marcus' his cousin.
And Paul. Paul.
Dre.
He is, and Chuck. Chuck's
and
out.
Jeannie. Good old Jeannie. Jeannie's there.
I'm not mentioning food, but Chuck did. He said he's out for a beer and food. Right. Brian's here. Caroline's here.
Sweet Caroline.
It has to be done. Every single
It has to be done.
It has to. Right. Stevie Knowles, drone finder.
Oh, Stevie Knowles. He's coming out in September.
Stevie Knowles in September.
Hopefully meet up with him again then.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Mind you, he's a jigsaw off his
No, he's the ultimate drone seeker. We lose our drones.
Quackers.
Hello, Quackers.
What Turkey said to Turkey Farmer. Quack.
Hello, Ray Kelly.
Hello.
Our host.
Oh, look at that lovely Levata. All different colours.
East FPV is here.
Simon.
Yes. And Lauren is here.
And Lauren, the lovely
J-Bird
Lauren.
Drones here. J-Bird. Jeannie,
Johnny,
hi Jeannie, how you doing?
Jeannie Drone Flyer.
Jeannie with the magic lamp.
Mr. Johnny's here.
I can't see it anyway. Oh, Rick's here.
Oh, Johnny Dronefly, yeah.
Yay.
Facebook users here.
That was Ray.
I think
Ray.
I think that's Captain Ray. Yeah.
I guess he's
Okay,
here.
Cullen's back from Morocco.
Maria.
Maria. And Jerry's here. And
Jerry.
that one. Oh, Michael. Talk about you. I'm talking to you. Michael.
Perhaps his ears were burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Captain Joe America. Captain Joe.
Captain Joe.
There's Ray. There he is.
Captain Joe, how are you? Hello, Ray.
Got a lot of captains, haven't we?
Sure, we got, yeah. Anyone else? Anyone else who missed? I'm getting to the end of it now. The list's getting longer, though. That's it. I think I'll go if I have missed you. My apologies in advance. I don't know. Down on here. Right. Okay. So, before we start, I'm going to pass you over to Marcus because Marcus wants to say a few words. So, Marcus, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Steve. So just one of the things that I want to acknowledge, we're having a lot of fun on this drone show and we're joking around. But what we have to remember every day is there are men and women that are putting their lives on the line for the freedoms that we take, honestly, probably take for granted a lot. Yesterday, we lost 3 American servicemen that were killed in a drone attack in Jordan, and a number of others injured. And we just don't want that to be forgotten, and we don't want their lives to be lost in vain. We want to acknowledge them, and our hearts go out to their families and their loved ones, and we just never want to forget that. And on with the show.
Excellent, well said.
I'm with you, Marco.
Indeed. That to be said. Right, just quick say hello to Barclay and Northside Hawk. So welcome
Dominic.
to the show. 37 people currently watching the show, so 37 likes would be nice. Thank you. Okay, right, so without further ado, I've got a bit of a problem. I had a few problems, so I can't actually introduce our guest the way we normally do, so I'm just going to bring him straight in tonight. And all the way from Australia, it is Ross.
Australia.
Hey, Ross, how you doing?
Hey, good day.
Hello, Ross.
Ross, nice to, so what time is it in Australia today, then, Ross?
Good question. It's 6:10 in the morning.
And that's Monday morning. We're seeing Sunday.
That's tomorrow. He's in the future.
Ross has gone back to the future.
We're always ahead of the rest of the world, mate.
I'm confused. That's what the hat he was wearing earlier.
No,
Yeah, Ross. Ross.
Yeah, you mean this one?
Ross, can you tell us something? Did England beat India in the cricket?
Yep.
Because it's tomorrow there usually.
And you had, didn't you have a Catholic cricket player hit almost a double century?
Yes, yeah, 192.
Yeah, the Pope.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he played cricket.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He needs a wheelchair to be pushed up and down, though.
Hey, let's not also forget that the San Francisco 49ers are going to just kick the heck out of the Detroit Lions this evening in the football match. So there's that.
Yeah.
And you wait till we hear some of the people in the chat go after me on that one.
I don't know either of those teams. All I
So
know,
you get back to the cricket, Terry. The West Indies beat Australia for the first time in 30 years yesterday.
Whereabouts?
Blimey.
Sorry?
At the Wacker?
No, at the Gabba here.
Oh, at the Gabba, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I was watching it live on telly. It was a fantastic.
That's pretend cricket.
Yeah, he's talking about 2020.
No, I'm talking about Test cricket.
That's proper cricket.
Yeah. Love watching.
Barclay says you're delirious.
That's probably one of many conversations we're going to have there.
Can I just say we had a fantastic day flying on Friday. We went to the most scenic spot in the world, and it was fantastic. There was just 4 of us, wasn't there, Jack?
Yeah.
And
it was lovely,
really, really
blue sky.
Hot water.
So let me ask you, Terry, have the Spanish drone seekers with all the Avadas, has it just become a drone crashing contest?
Oh, yeah.
You could be forgiven for thinking that.
I was very concerned anyway.
I hit a yellow bumblebee. It's such good fun. Really love it.
It's like drone wrestling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, in the US, we'd call it a destruction derby.
That's more like what it was.
Yeah. But it reminds me of that program I used to watch for the Robot Wars.
Do you remember that?
It was great. It's just called Drone Wars instead.
I feel like that.
That's on every night of the week. Drone Robo Wars. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Bumper cars with Avatas.
You're just a bunch of children. You're just a bunch of little children.
Yes, we are.
But it's demolition derby with drones.
Yeah. No, Dave. No one's going to mention it yet for at least half an hour, and we're not going to mention what it is.
Or food.
What's that bird we're hearing behind you, Ross?
They're pigeons.
Oh, pigeons. Okay.
Australian accent.
Otherwise named Walter.
Ah, there you go.
Bugles never crashes the ground, just gets him rallying.
That's true.
Nice one, Paul. Right, who's going to mention first?
I was on about food.
No, I'm not talking about food.
We've already covered that, I think, haven't we?
We have.
Right, so Ross has been, as always, creating lots of wonderful videos, and some of which we're going to show tonight. In fact, I think the first one is going to be right about now.
Very good, Ross.
Excellent again.
So peace and calm and tranquil, that video is just like,
Yeah.
almost don't want it to end, really. Let's make it longer next time.
That's how I try and make my videos, calm and tranquil.
All of ours smash into each other and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a little message on here.
I'll keep trying.
There's a little message there for me and Terry from, I don't know what it's gone there, it's vanished. It's something about Jaffa cakes. Yeah, Jaffa cakes. Apparently they'll be turned around for, oh, there we are. Yeah.
You can buy Jaffa cakes in Florida. I saw them.
Steve, don't forget to bring Jaffa cakes with you to South Florida drone meet up. If you don't, you'll be turned around at customs.
I saw them for sale when I was in Florida. So
Yeah, so Barkley, buy your own Jaffa cakes. Don't buy us some Jaffa cakes. We like them, do we? Do you get Jaffa cakes, Ross?
Again?
Jaffa cakes.
Do you have Jaffa cakes in Australia?
evidently, it's not in Australia.
What are they?
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. They're horrible. You're not missing out.
Yeah. Well, we do, but yeah, I don't eat them.
It's Vegemite on dry toast.
No.
Okay, you guys, while we've got Ross and we've got Terry, you guys need to explain to me what's the difference between Vegemite and Marmite.
One's a Tommy brand, one's an Aussie brand.
They're both a bit weird, to be honest, Marcus. Have you ever tried them?
My right saying that Vegemite's actually made from vegetables. Marmite's not made from vegetables, is it? Or is it?
No, I thought it was.
Have you tasted it before, Marcus?
No, I never have, but I've heard it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, I love my Vegemite. It's a yeast extract. It was designed. It came from what do you call it? The rubbish that comes from brewing beer.
Byproduct.
Yeah, byproduct. And someone decided to use it as a spread. So Vegemite on toast is beautiful.
I'll be back.
That's Terry's going to go get some.
Barkley says, Marcus, one is disgusting, the other one is Terry's trying to get some Marmite now. No, he done. Oh, dear.
You make a really good point, Ross. I need to try it. I need to just see if I order some off on Amazon or something and try it.
Marcus, you want to try get some Twiglets? Because Twiglets are like
oh no, they're horrible.
They're like pieces of wood with Marmite on.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't think of anything worse.
You put it on
Hey,
toast.
Colin says both are good for putting up wallpaper.
Butter and toast, beautiful.
That's it.
Marmite.
Oh, okay, so that's a yeast extract.
Oh, actually, so it's very similar, isn't it? Except what you said that Vegemite, isn't it, Ross?
Yeah, it's the same. Bovril is a beef extract.
Oh, I love Bovril. Yeah.
I like Marmite. I like both of them.
I've got some Bovril in the cupboard. Bring out a date now. I've had it about 5 years.
You guys, blow my mind.
Terry, I think the Vegemite's a lot stronger in flavour than Marmite.
Yeah, I think so too.
I've got a jar coming over from Oz next week. Friend's coming back, so she's going to bring me some Vegemite.
A suitcase full.
Tim Tam Slam is. Well, Caroline, you're going to explain to me what a Tim Tam Slam is, because it could be rude. I don't know.
It sounds kind of, I don't know, vaguely sexual there. I don't know.
So, getting back to videos then.
Yeah, drone show. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got us off on a tangent there.
This is very true. The advert, Quackers points out, the advert says you either love it or hate it. There is no in between. You don't sort of like it. You either love it or hate it.
Oh, I absolutely adore it. I love it.
No, it should be banned. They should tax that stuff.
Well, I think it's a good sign. If Terry loves it, I see that as a good sign.
Thank you, Marcus. That's very kind
Ross,
of you.
I've got a question for Ross from that's the one.
Yeah.
That.
Once you go, Ross blew up.
What's that?
Blew up. I've always said blew up YouTube.
Yeah.
But what to say, Jackie? I can't read the comments because I'm on the mobile.
It says, a few months ago, Ross blew up on YouTube with subscribers. Could you possibly ask him which videos set his channel off?
Blew up on subscribers. Oh, yeah.
In search of
Took off in other words.
subscribers.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting story. On YouTube, they had this beta. In the YouTube studio, they had this beta promotion.
Yeah.
So I clicked on it, and it said, "Look, you just drop $100 and we'll promote it, to 4 countries." So I did that on a few videos, and yeah, that's the end result.
All right.
I mean, there was a video I did on a brief down video of the whales down at Tabarita Beach, humpback whales.
Oh yeah.
And as a result of that promotion, I got 26,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
was a very good video.
There's a way to increase your subscription, but you've got to pay for it, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
speaking of which, I'm going to put a link to Ross's channel in the chat right now.
If you do it, yeah, check Ross's channel.
And it'll only cost you $100, Ross.
That's what happens.
Exactly.
For every time you click, every time you click on Ross's channel, Ross has to pay $100. You can't pay per click. A bloody expensive.
Don't call me broken penniless for nothing.
The money that Ross makes out of his videos, it costs him more than that to watch people to watch. So there we are. So just make Ross completely homeless. Click on his channel now. That should do it. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Another video, I think. Yeah, we've got
another video.
Yep. This one is sunrise at, I think, is it Moreton Bay or Moreton Bay, Ross?
I'm not sure which video you're playing, Steve.
Sunrise at Moreton Bay, I think it's called.
Okay.
It's not easy.
What's it, Chewy?
He doesn't want $100.
I think that's the video with the
And that was too short.
Yeah, definitely too short.
That's down at the Manly Boat Harbour, down on Moreton Bay, and you have to get in there early. I mean, Australians are, as a whole, are known for being early risers. So, you know, within 10 minutes of finishing that shoot, the place was packed, teeming with people.
Wow.
Ross, we've been to ask you, how is the actual drone laws in Australia, I mean, compared with the rest of the world? I mean, are they quite sort of like, is it, because obviously it's quite spacious, you know, you've got like an acre each to fly in, as it were. I mean, are the rules strict or?
Oh, they're similar to, you know, to be at the USA, or probably more closer to the USA than Europe and the UK. I mean, the UK and Europe is now becoming almost draconian, you know, with the implementation of new rules there. And look, to some extent, Australian rules are less strict than the US, and in other ways they aren't. You know, you can't fly it if you don't have a commercial license. You cannot fly at night. Where are we? You know, you have to be within 120 metres of above ground level below the drone. Can't fly over property or people within 30 metres.
Is that with any drone, and even like a mini drone? Then?
Yeah, or drone. Okay. So a bit of common sense prevails by the user. You know, the geo fencing on DJI still doesn't prevent you from flying within 30 metres of people or property. So it's on the user to use some common sense. But in Queensland, the state I live in, we can fly in the national parks, whereas all the other states in Australia, drones are banned. So from that point of view, I'm very fortunate because I can shoot off to those waterfalls or wherever, and keep my heart content. Down in Sydney, Melbourne, wherever, no way, you can't do that.
Is it likely that Queensland will follow suit in the future?
No idea, but I hope not.
Yeah.
Hey, question,
I'd
Roddy.
get plenty of park flying in now, just in case.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some beautiful national parks, within a couple of hours' drive of Brisbane. Just stunning, some stunning spots, as you can probably see in some of the videos.
Yeah.
So, I just feel very, very blessed and fortunate, to be able to, capture some of those places.
What about visitors to Australia? I mean, people coming over to Australia. I mean, obviously, when you live there, you know the rules more. And how easy is it for someone to bring a drone over and just say, right, I'm going to go fly?
Anyone can bring a drone into the country. I mean, once you get it through customs and all the rest, I don't think that'll be an issue. But all you need to do is just drop the CASA drone laws app, which just gives a brief overview of the drone laws. It's pretty simple, really, what the drone laws are for
Did I ask you to do like a little online test or anything? I mean, because what is that test, Marcus, in the States?
The trust test.
Yeah, the trust test. It's like it's a bit like the CAA test, or even it's more like the CAA law. Just as you say, it's a common sense question. If you're a complete idiot, then
in Australia they trust us.
Hey, look at that! Terry has a trust certificate. Yeah.
I've got mine on my phone somewhere. I don't know.
Hey, Ross. So when you're talking about 30 meters from property or people, does that mean you have to be 30 meters above property? You can't be anywhere within 30 meters of it, or can you not fly over private property at all, or be within or over people at all?
Yeah, you do a straight line below the drone and do a ring 30 meters around it. That's how it works.
Very good. That answers it.
It's like you imagine like a tube, isn't it? Basically,
Although I must admit, every now and then on be it Facebook in particular, you see some videos that are dropped, and you just shake your head and say, "Gee, I hope CASA, as in the FAA or whoever, I hope they're not looking at that because in blatant breach,
So I take it they're quite strict then, Ross. So I mean, obviously, you see, they're likely to come after you if you're publishing videos and all that.
No, I think for those flyers that do have an REPL, which is a recreational license, or your commercial license, I think CASA would probably take a stronger hand. But for those recreational flyers, I think in the main they'll just give them a warning first and say, "Hey, listen."
Give them a warning, smack the drone in half and say, "Don't do it again."
That 30-meter rule sounds quite reasonable to me. That sounds
well.
Good.
I mean, it's similar in the UK. I mean, the 30-meter rule, I think, but obviously with two sort of like mini drones and whatever, that doesn't exist.
Right. I just thought of something. Here would be the exception is the FPV flyers, the guys that fly Avatas, quite frankly. Hey, you're going to be within 30 meters of things all the time, aren't you? So that's a little different.
Sure.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Marcus. With FPV, the rules of CASA rules applying to FPV are quite strict. You need to be flying within a club. You need to have a spotter. And I would say 98% of the FPV videos of flying FPV in Australia are technically illegal. But you know, each their own. The CASA rules are very strict on FPV.
Yeah, that like I said, that 30-meter rule at first, because I was thinking from a perspective of a camera drone. I thought, well, that's not bad. But then if you think about FPV, then it's a whole different story. Yeah.
I mean, certainly. I think how do I describe it? In Australia, I think the minute we have a member of the public hit by a drone, or you know, it hits an aircraft or what have you, you know, something very serious, I think that's when CASA will, you know, start getting a lot stricter with their application of their laws.
It only takes one incident, and that's it. I mean, there was like, you know, because it's almost like it's waiting. It's an explosion waiting to go off, as it were, as it just sitting there, and one thing wrong, and that's it.
Yeah, so I mean, my message to all the recreational flyers in Australia is, don't you be the one that lets that happen. You know,
Right.
You know, just fly safe, fly with some due diligence, and you know, we won't have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Dave Cullen mentioned in the chat there that obviously there are people, you know, who flout the law. They publish it on YouTube without a care in the world, you know. And, well, good luck to them. But at the end of the day, what they don't realise is people are doing that, and that's in court and just making more and more issues for every other drone flyer. So just ruining it for other people. That's the issue.
Certainly in Australia. I mean, as you said before, there's a lot of wide open spaces to fly. So really, there's just no excuses. You know, just find somewhere where there's no people and have fun.
Yeah.
You know, probably the same. You know, where you live, Marcus. You know, you've got endless wide open spaces.
I feel so fortunate, Ross. Yeah, I feel. I feel very fortunate in that regard.
I mean, the thing is, if you want, I mean, let's face it, most of the places you really want to fly anyway and capture are not on your doorstep, are they? I mean, they're just sort of somewhere, you know, like when you go flying in Spain, you don't sort of go flying around villas and whatever. What's the idea of that? You know, just go out and about, sort of, you know, just some nice scenery.
I'll tell you, the case in point is that video that Jackie just published. The colors in those ravines and stuff were
exactly
wow,
out in the middle of nowhere, not bothering anyone.
Yeah, and it's the same with Ross's videos. You know, Ross goes out and sort of goes out to places where he's not interfering with anyone else's general.
Some of those beaches, Steve, I can't even find a person. You know, I can't even find footprints on the beach. You know, some beautiful beaches down to the south of here.
Hey, Quackers is making a good point. I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
totally agree with that.
I mean, let's face it. The thing is, though, Mark, is what I've noticed. I've seen sort of quite a few of these channels, or at least 3 that I'm not going to mention. That you know, they deliberately know there's going to be repercussions, or they're going to get some sort of, you're not allowed to film here because, you know, we know that most people do not. Well, people who don't fly drones certainly don't know the drone rules. I'm not saying everyone don't, you know, but you know, there are a lot of people who don't know what the drone rules are. They've never flown a drone. They've only ever seen or heard of them. But yeah, there's sort of people going out just to say, right, this will be fun. There's a police academy here. Let's go fly around here.
They're looking for trouble and they find it.
Yeah, and then spout the law to people. Say, you can't do that. I can do this. Well, I'm going to carry on anyway. If you don't mind, I'm going to go fly my drone. But
in Australia, I've had probably 2 or 3 incidents where people said, "Oh yeah, you don't fly here," you know, over my property or whatever. But in the main, the issue for me is actually people coming over to me and saying, "Oh, I want to see," you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, they're interested in what I'm doing, but you know, I have to tell them. I have to tell them, hey, listen, you can't be standing here whilst I'm flying.
Well, I mean, realistic. I mean, you know, what I've always said when I've been out flying, and it does make a traction. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, no matter where you are filming, you might be sort of in the middle of nowhere, and if someone just happens to be there, they're going to make a beat on because they're just curious. And I always say to them, because obviously, bear in mind that people are, when they talk about flying near people are involved. So if people come up to me, I just say to them, by the way, because you're standing here, you're now involved. If you don't want
normally what I do, Pete, is if they come over, if the drone's, the old saying, more than 30 meters away, I'll happily, show them what I'm doing and all the rest of it. But then if I'm bringing the drone back into land, I tell them, hey, listen, you have to move away from me while I'm landing.
Yeah, safer.
That's fair enough, because at the end of the day, if something was to happen, you stay there, and something happens and the drone hits them, that's it. You're in trouble. That's it.
Have you guys seen Billy Kyle's latest video? He just posted it today. He had a Mavic 3 Pro that he was flying, and had an ESC error, and the drone literally fell from the sky. So
Really?
This is a top of the line drone, probably as safe as you're going to get. But you always have to keep that in mind. There was nothing he could do. An ESC just gave up, and the drone tumbled down and hit the ground. So you do need to think about those kind of things. It can happen.
Exactly. We've seen that here, Marcus. Batteries exploding and
exactly.
Out of the sky. And
Well,
it
you
happens.
imagine, Gary, when that happened that time, you imagine if someone had been on a cycle or something, that drone just come down. There's nothing you could have done about it. The drone just fell.
It was very, very fortunate because a cyclist just went past.
Yeah, but they missed him, thank goodness.
I thought you were aiming for him.
Well, I had my eyes shut. Yeah,
It's very true. I think you'll have to watch Terry, Marcus, because suddenly you realise I think Terry just does like this demolition derby thing.
Well, I was seeing Jackie's video, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's been fun. I took some convincing, didn't I, Jackie? But I'm gonna get you.
Hi, Gary. No, Sean's rescheduled for March now. It's we've had a bit of Ross.
He had a conflict.
Yes, I mean that's the thing. He's so busy, he can't. He's sort of down. So I've just left it with the ball with him now. So obviously he'll let me know when in March he can make it. Hopefully. That's if Dario isn't full by then, Jackie.
Working on it.
Working on it, exactly. Right. Okay, right. So, video time. One there, well, Facebook.
Brian made a good comment there. Most of the farmers around him, they love seeing his footage.
Yeah, that's true.
When I was up
that's my field.
when I was up flying with Brian, I mean, we were filming the combines and whatever, and there's no, oh, hey, what are you doing flying that combine? We obviously weren't too close to the combine because didn't want to lose a drone. But Brian probably knows them all anyway. Very small community. Right. We talk about dolphins earlier. I'm not sure if this is the same one, Ross, but we're going to show it anyway. So here we go.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, that
amazing
was
colours.
good. Hello, Marcus has gone. Oh, well.
Someone's asked.
Well, he knew it was close to joke time and he didn't want it.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Out.
Dave Cullen says, were you using any filters filming that, Ross?
In that shoot, it was interesting. Those stand-up board paddlers that I captured. After finishing the shoot, Michael and myself went to a coffee shop nearby, and on the very next table was those board paddlers.
Oh, cool! Did you tell him we were filming them?
Yeah, I said I filmed you guys, and I said, look, I'll give me your email and I'll send a link to you. So I think they put it up as a promotional video for their their stand-up board club, whatever.
Yeah.
Paddleboarding, yeah.
Paddleboard. Sorry, and the other. I was fortunate in that shoot when I was looking down at the dolphins or porpoises, whatever. In that last scene with the dolphins, you'll see a sea eagle come in and swoop down and catch a fish. I don't know if you saw that.
That was wonderful, I thought, because you saw the fish come up, and then the sea eagle was gone, wasn't he?
Yeah, the dolphin's chasing the fish, and next night the sea eagle comes in and grabs it. It was just amazing.
Straight down the road singing yes and chips.
Brilliant film, Ross.
It was.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
I take it you didn't know they were going to be there when you went there filming. That was just
there was another guy. There was a few other drone flyers at the same spot. And one of them said, hey, listen, if you want to capture some dolphins, they're over, wherever, over in that direction. And, I just flew over and, I was just fortunate enough to capture them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd love to see dolphins in. I'm not a big fan of dolphins in capture. Well, I've seen them. People, I've spoken to people who sort of look after them, and they say, well, are they happy in oh yeah, so well looked after. But when I went out to see them in the wild, I was told that the ones in captivity they don't live as long. They don't like it.
No, I was diving in the Red Sea and just coming up to the end of our time
on the Yemeni coast. Terry?
Huh?
On the Yemeni coast, was it? I'm joking.
Booty Terry.
Yemeni, no, up from there a bit. No, and these dolphins, they were just as playful. But one of them stood in front of me and he stood up on his tail. And this thing was the biggest fish I've ever, well, you're not a fish, a mammal. Biggest thing I've ever seen. And I sort of looked at it and I thought, nah, I don't want to get anywhere near that. And it just looked, went, and that was it. But yeah, brilliant. And it gives you such a feeling. It's really weird. You think, wow.
Caroline wants to have the dolphins think blooming drones.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
So
Let him come a bit closer and I'm going to blow all over him.
Yeah. Well, captured animals are born to remain free. Yeah, I mean, some.
I agree.
In some instances, if they're a protected species, or do you know what I mean? Just if there's not many of them, they're trying to sort of keep them alive. But yeah,
well, the likes of the white rhino, that should be exactly where it is at the moment.
Mm.
There's only that few of them left, and they're being bred back into existence. So yeah.
The pods of dolphins in Australia, they're just everywhere, just endless.
Yeah. Ross, do you remember the program called Skippy?
How can we forget?
Is he still alive?
I don't know, but I went to the kangaroo's funeral.
Well, there was another program called Flip. I'm not sure where that was filmed. Actually, was that an American one, Mark?
That's American, I think.
That was in the Florida Keys, I think. But I remember as a kid, that was really, I never missed that show.
Yeah, only thing with animals, wasn't it? I mean, you had Lassie.
They call it Flipper.
Skippy the bush kangaroo. Oh, Judy says that she did a dolphin swim once.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree, Judy. They're beautiful.
Hey, I got a question for the whole panel. Maybe excluding Jackie, I'm not sure. But we're all a little bit older. How about that new Fly app update that allowed us to increase the font size? Was that spot on or what?
I don't know what you mean, Marcus.
Increase the what, Marcus? I can't hear you. I'm deaf.
Unfortunately, didn't turn the volume up, Terry. Sorry.
DJ,
Yeah, what a good idea.
their demographic is, getting a little older. Yeah.
So they're taking it into consideration, I guess.
Yeah. I did see that, Mark, on the news, and I thought that was really good where they're doing the IVF on those white rhinos. So that was good.
Mark was all about. Mark White saying that there's only 2 white rhinos left.
Yeah.
But why the demise though? Why is there only 2 left? I mean, was it
Poachers?
Well, it was.
Poaching. Nothing else but poaching. And it's the same with the pangolin. They're going after them for their scales because it's good for Chinese medicine or God knows what else. But those, it's horrible, I think, personally. I hate
bad soup.
Well, yeah, just stick to bloody lettuce and cucumber.
I'll tell you a quick funny story. I to see all these Chinese, you hear about all these micro SD cards and how there's people scam sort of selling dodgy ones, and I'm normally quite careful what I buy. Anyway, long story short, I bought some very cheap micro SD cards.
Oh dear!
And I thought, well, I didn't. To be honest with you, because they were cheap. You know what they say about buying cheap, So I thought, well, I'll give them a go just to see what happens. So I bought these couple of 256 gigabyte SD cards. I thought, right, I've got test equipment that I can actually test the speed, the real speed. And he kept saying, sorry, the disk you're trying to test is full. You need to empty to make some more space. And I'm thinking, what?
So they weren't 256 gig then?
When I looked on there again, it wasn't 256 gigs. There were 256 megabytes. What the hell was the...
Not a lot of use for anything then.
Why cheap? Why twice?
When I looked at the advert for where I bought them from, it actually said on there 256 megabytes. So
a convenient typo in the advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, quite hard.
So they are forgiven because I honestly thought, this is misleading. They're putting one thing on and then sending someone else. I mean, the micro SD card, by the way, went in the bin. So just, but I mean, they were about. I think they're about £2.50 each or something. Not being funny, they probably weren't worth that. There we are. Right. So before Terry's joke, I think another video is the small print. Yeah. That's fine. You let me last on, Caroline. Sorry. I must say, though, the service was very good. It was in a week. Very helpful, that was, wasn't it? Right. Okay. River Lights, Brisbane, Australia. There we go. Enjoy.
I do like, Ross, the way you did the transitions there, where you do the sync of the transitions with the music.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a well, my giveaway there is, well, I use Filmora as my editing program, and it's not just Filmora. There's other programs that do the same thing, but you can do beat sync, which is where you select the music, then you select the the video files, and Filmora will pick out the best of your video footage and then sync it to the music.
All right.
And then you just drop it onto the program, and then obviously you tidy it up. Maybe there's one scene that you don't like, and you just tidy it up, and then put in your transitions, put in your intros, blah blah blah. So that's my cheat sheet.
It's bloody effective, though. Really effective.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dark music for dark video.
Yeah.
That's the old fast with drones. That's why.
For some reason, I've got a friend here now because he's something spooked him. He come running over and jumped on my lap. This is my hello, Marvel.
I hope he hasn't dumped on your lap, Steve.
Yeah.
Hello, Marvel. This is Marvel. This is Marvel, the super dog.
Marvel, the mystery dog.
You go down now. You good now? Right, off you go.
Like it.
10 foot up.
Brian says it's joke time.
Oh, it
Who
is.
did that?
I think I agree. Brian.
Well, a special joke.
I got it. I'm ready.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
Well, I've been collecting one-liners, which I quite like. So listen to this. Dad, are we pyromaniacs? Yes, we are, son. What do you call a pig with laryngitis?
Oh, dear.
I'll say it again. What do you call a pig with laryngitis? Disgruntled. Why do bees stay in their hive during winter? Swarm. You'll end up paying the price. Just so everyone's clear, I'm going to put my glasses on. A commander walks into a bar and orders everyone around. I lost my job as a stage designer. I left without making a scene. How much did the pirate pay to get his ears pierced? A buccaneer. I once worked at a cheap pizza shop to get by. I needed the dough. My friends and I have named our band Duvet, sorry. It's a cover band. I lost my girlfriend's audio book. I'll never hear the end of it. Why is it unwise to share your secrets with the clock? Well, time will tell. And when I told my contractor I didn't want carpeted stairs, they gave me a blank stare. Polo and the Edge walked into a Dublin bar, and the bartender says, "Oh no, not you two again." Prison is just one word for you, but for some people it's a sentence. Scientists got together to study the effects of alcohol on a person's walk, and the result was staggering. I'm just trying to organise a hide and seek tournament, but good players are really hard to find. Went to the toy store and asked the assistant where the Schwarzenegger dolls are, and he replied, "I'll be back." I will be back. What did the surgeon say to the patient who insisted on closing up their own incision? Suit yourself.
Well, we had a whole round of Christmas cracker jokes. They're probably better than Christmas cracker jokes. Let's face it, in there. They are really bad.
Well, I've been saving them for a while.
There you go.
Terry's joke of the week.
I have. I've rubbed the toilet paper on my head again. I'm having a haircut on Tuesday.
Yay, that time.
I thought you were getting your ears lowered, Terry.
Yeah. Your head sharpened, your ears lowered.
Yeah.
Actually, Ross, I must one comment on your video, the last video we showed. I noticed you said Felon's Brewery.
Oh, that's a restaurant, Riverside restaurant.
Oh, is that what it is? It's not a brewery, is it?
There's a home brewery and, like, what do you call it? A boutique brewery inside there.
What we call a microbrewery, like a small
microbrewery, yeah.
It's just a name Felon. Run by crooks.
Yeah,
well, a microbrewery in
named after some candy.
Was it named after? What was it named after?
Some candy.
I was only joking when I said joke.
Joke.
Well, it delivered.
Yeah, because Caroline said
Caroline's gutted. She made a coffee and missed it.
Oh, Caroline, all you got to do is stop running backwards. Mickey Moo says, bring back Bird and Manning. Do you remember Bird and Manning?
Oh, yeah.
You've been listening to Tim Vine. Who's Tim Vine?
I don't know.
I know Jeremy Vine, but I don't know Tim Vine. There's a microbrewery mean. Oh, hang on. Wait. Does a microbrewery mean you only get a little bit big?
Yeah.
No. Most of the microbreweries I know, if you drop about 2 pints in there, you'd fall all over the place.
You'll be very pissed, yeah.
So walk around till fall around after 2 pints. But right, okay. So we've got one more video, and we are going to show it. So, there we are.
Yeah.
Tim Vine is one amazing one-liner comedian. Okay, I don't know. I must be missing out. So I'll have to Google Tim Vine right after the show.
Jeremy Vine's brother.
Yeah, Jeremy Vine's brother. Right. Okay. So right, last video of the evening. You say we'll keep. Ross can go work in a minute.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful.
Good.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Well,
Beautiful part of the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gary
Love
says it
it.
was for a fantastic videographer and drone pilot. Great stuff. Yeah, indeed.
Agreed.
Yeah. Outstanding,
Yeah.
Ross. Yeah.
Don't forget to check out Ross's
Yeah.
got a website as well, haven't you, Ross, as well as a YouTube channel?
Oh, well, for photography. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously, check out Ross's videos. We always say we're only show on here on 720, but a lot of these are 4K. So just go and check Ross's channel out right after the show.
Some of the videos of upgraded to 8K as well.
Yes, I noticed
So
that.
if you have an 8K screen,
How does that work on YouTube though, Ross? Is it not limited?
YouTube, you can get 8K.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh, okay. Oh, there we are. If anyone's got 8K TV,
But you do need a screen.
if you haven't, just get two 4K TVs, put them together, and no press them. I'm sure it quite works like that, but well, Terry's got a couple of jokes. Anyway, end of the show. As always, Ross, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Or
Thanks for having us.
whatever, and keep doing what you're doing. We'll catch up with you again soon, and
Definitely.
we'll see you all again the same time next week. If you've enjoyed the show, don't forget to like it. If you haven't, still like it anyway. Okay.
Yeah. They're not to like.
What was not to like? That's indeed exactly that. Okay, catch you next week, guys.
Good night.
Bye.